welcome back to the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels like a tattoo session.
Minus the tattoo.
I'm Sanae Garcia.
And I am Jimmy Jam.
And he just got back from filming his first full-length feature film, action-packed. What was it called?
The Marksman?
The Marksman. Insert poster here.
Yeah.
And what's the slogan?
Maybe it is a gun.
Maybe. Maybe. It is a gun. How was that?
It's a lot of work, dude. Like
To act?
To act. Like, performing, these sold out big concerts, like
With your band?
after decades. Yeah. Like you would think that's a lot of work, but dude, filming is where the hard work is.
Yeah. Is that where the most rewarding work is, too?
Well, yeah. Yeah, totally. Like the red carpet, awards,
That's
Oscars.
the most work. That's the most work.
No. That's the most rewarding part of it all.
Oh, the attention.
The attention, because all the cameras are on you. Especially like being the main character in an action film like that, dude. There's just nothing like it. Like, because I'm so good at so many other things, but this, it's like, it just feels like I belong.
Who was your
Director?
Okay.
It was Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg.
Oh, they're for
George Lucas wanted in, and we were like,
no nerd.
stick to your space films, loser. Geek.
I wanted to know who was your biggest influence when it comes to action film actors.
Danny DeVito for sure.
What was he in? What action film?
Batman Returns.
Oh,
I just liked his hands. That was like my inspiration. Like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I could do this.
How did you feel about his family?
Oh, that was mean.
His penguin family.
Oh, his penguin. Dude, see? That's the thing. Like if you don't really have family, like, and you got homies like that, dude, you're
Held down.
unstoppable.
Held down.
Like,
Gotham was his.
And his
it wasn't.
his floating duck that he had.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. And then you get to talk to Michelle Pfeiffer in some latex. Am I right?
So how do you feel about who's another action actor? What's the Boston guy?
Jackie Chan.
Yes.
He's good.
You know his Boston accent is so thick. What's the line from Rush Hour? Do you understand
the words that are coming out of my mouth? Dude, have you seen that movie recently?
No.
Dude, if that would come out now, it would get canceled.
Why?
It's very racial.
Oh, who else was in the movie?
It was all me. I was also the double.
Oh, that's why wait. It was all you, like all the characters?
Pretty much. For the most part. I mean, the camera was only on me. Like there wasn't even a villain. I didn't need one, I felt. Like I was like a villain to myself.
Oh, was it one of those anti-hero movies?
Kind of, yeah. And it was like it's just journey. Like I said, all me. Because everybody has their own demons, and sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Like the Lit song.
Oh.
Like I never
drop us a verse.
Can we forget about the time that I called you fat or something like that?
Can we?
I didn't mean to call you fat.
I didn't mean to call you fat.
So yeah, that was another part, like a big part of my inspiration for that film.
Because you've called a lot of people fat.
Yeah.
We saw the bad press you got on the movie.
Yeah, I got a 0.2% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was expecting 0.0, so it's a win in my book.
That's crazy that you got invited to so many red carpets then.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
I mean, they weren't red. They were carpets.
Well, you know what I heard about you at red carpet events is that you never go inside, that you just keep going down the step and repeat and let them take pictures and pictures and pictures.
That's true.
And start over.
All right, I'll be completely honest. I wasn't invited to any of them. I just showed up.
So, in the spirit of honesty, can I ask you an honest question?
No. Absolutely not.
I need you to be honest with me.
Okay.
And I don't want to call you a liar because,
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
I get it.
But, was this a real movie? Or did you just call out of work and make a poster?
I mean, I got Photoshop 7.0 at the time, and Dude, have you ever gotten a new software? Dude, nobody wants to go to work when they get a new software installed.
So this isn't a real movie.
It's not a real movie.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling when
But I want it to.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling you weren't an action star when you said Danny DeVito as the Penguin. What's your biggest inspiration?
Betty White.
You're like, what action movie has a character that moves the least? All right. Well, anyways, welcome back. Yeah. So,
Man,
I guess
dude.
we don't have to do an ad read for your new movie.
Dude, there's a lot of pressure in being honest.
Especially when you've woven a web of lies. Jake, be honest, would you have seen his movie?
Yes.
See? Told you. That's all. All I need is one.
I want to see you guys do the Spider-Man kissing scene. Spider-Man and MJ kiss scene.
But we're both upside down.
So you're just kissing upside down. But the camera's also upside down, so they're just kissing right
Standing
side up. So they're just kissing. Bros before bros, am I right? So what's up? How have you been?
I've been good. I've been very tired. That's it. No, I've been busy. I had a show this past
I don't
weekend.
know why I feel like this smells. I don't know if it's the
Oh, it's your
drink.
lip.
Just hold on. Oh no, I guess the drink just smells like that. Anyways, go
So
ahead.
that was my week. How was yours?
Your week was filming a
fake action movie.
You filmed an action movie. They came out with the
I tried to get in onto the red carpet. I got kicked out, like Kanye and his now ex.
They're broken up now?
I saw. I mean, it's hard to believe what you see on the internet these days because you keep swiping and then there's some sort of pitch to like.
It's hard to believe what you
invest.
see because some people can make their own movie posters. And
Yeah,
they tell
see,
everyone.
that was just basically a lesson for everybody because I'm not really an action star.
Stay woke, buds.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't get onto the red carpet.
Unless you count that redhead last night. No, I'm saying.
You're sick.
Yeah, I am. What did I do? I went to Fogo de Chao the other night.
I
Was
love that place.
So good, dude.
Did you get the salad bar?
Hell yeah.
That's like the best part of it.
This is boring, but I had heart of palm at the salad bar, which I never
down.
had before. I'm down. And I had seen this girl that like is she lost like a bajillion pounds on TikTok. And she said she carries the Trader Joe's heart of palm cans in her car. So when she gets hungry and there's nothing healthy for her to eat, she just has one of those because they're so delicious.
They're like pickled that way.
No, I think they're just in a can in water, but they're just good.
Heart of palm is really good.
So imagine we were that disciplined.
That would be nice.
Yeah. What's up with mullets?
Oh, I don't get it, dude. I'm not into them.
Maybe we should go to a different topic.
Why?
I don't know. Is this rude?
What? I just no. It's rude that people have mullets.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I feel like what are we doing, guys? And
you
know
just
what?
don't like it.
I don't like it. Very few people can actually pull it off because I have seen some people pull it off. But you know what else I notice is a trend? Gen Zers just straight up not matching and wanting to look like. What's that about?
So, like their entire ensemble.
Yeah, like for instance, me and Joshua were at breakfast recently, and the cashier had on some colored camo pants, like they were like a weird color.
Those 90s like blader style
and they
camo,
were so big on her.
where it was like white, dark gray, and red.
Yeah, like something like that. And they were so big on her. And, like, you know, those pants were made to be big anyways.
Yeah.
But they were extra big on her. So instead of cutting them or hemming them, she just rolled them up. But she didn't roll them up to be here. She rolled them up to be here. So then they were just
shorts?
like like below the knee shorts. And then her hair was just all frizzy. And I was like, what the f- is this? Because I'm seeing this more and more. And then I was telling Joshua maybe that they're actually like liberated, truly not dressing like for the male gaze or something, and I can learn something from them.
It's interesting that you say that because we were.
You're like, because I ain't looking at them bitches.
Well, no, I won't say it that way, but yeah.
Give
No,
some of those peanuts over there.
we were at me and Lisa were at Disneyland. Lisa, my girlfriend, And there was a girl wearing some of those shorts. They're like super big and they're kind of stiff, but they're like denim, like dad shorts or something like that, but like just big. And I was like, man, I just really can't get behind those. She was like, well, they're not for you. They're for her. And I was like, no, I get it. I'm just saying I don't like the way it looks.
Oh, I guess all of a sudden we're in a relationship where we don't talk shit about everyone. You're like, I thought this was a safe space
for me to be sexist.
For me to make everyone else unsafe. I get it. But I'm looking at it as I'm not even checking them out, and I'm just like, bitch, you look dumb.
But yeah, back to the mullets. I agree with you. Some people can just fucking pull them off, but those types of people are very stylish, and I feel like they could fucking pull off anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of the people that I know to have them. Because Goonie says she has a mullet. I don't think she has a mullet, but I think her hair looks perfect on her.
She wears it very well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we also are afraid of her, so.
Yeah, she'll fuck us up.
Okay, so since all of this I feel like is influenced by the early 2000s, is there an outfit that you remember? You know how in junior high, like, you have your go-to outfit?
You feel dope?
Yeah. Can you think of one?
I could think of a couple. There was one where it was just a Volcom shirt, and I remember it was the first time getting like a yellow shirt, and I felt like $1,000.
Was it your first time getting name brand?
No, I had gotten some before, but there was just something about this Volcom shirt, and then like.
Did that lamp just turn on?
Just something about this. It like flickered. I think it was already on. I look kukui. The ghost?
I'm gonna die.
Okay, go ahead.
And then it was like these big, like super baggy skater pants with some Osiris, and then a beanie that was.
Did it have a bill?
What, the beanie? No, I never had one of those. I wanted one, but I couldn't commit. I think it was just like a zero beanie.
You're like holding it, and you're like, who do I think I am?
Yeah. And then it wasn't puka shell. No, maybe it was puka shells.
Or was it monkey balls?
Yeah, those guys. Those were dope, dude.
Those were dope. My sister had big ass ones.
Yeah? Oh, those like, oh, fuck.
Probably from like Ink or Blue or something.
Yeah. But me and my friends, like in the neighborhood, we would always steal from each other. It was kind of like a funny thing between all of us. So anytime somebody got a new like set of clothes, it was like we all got a new set of clothes.
How cute.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was like it was agreed upon. It was just like if you were there at the right place, right time, in the bedroom, and the friend left the room, it's like, all right, I'm taking this one for the week.
You're shoving their pants in your pants and walking out all stiff. The outfit that came to mind was I had to wear uniform to school. So I had this white collared shirt that didn't have buttons, so it was a little stylish, and it was like a little cropped, but it still met my pants.
Yeah.
And then the sleeves were like short, but like also kind of like on a diagonal, so it was a little stylish. My dad had this blue tie that had like white spots on it, really, really small ones. So that, and then I had these grayish blue, like a cobalt, if you will. I think that's the color. Pants that were from the boys section, and they were cargo pants.
Cargo was dope.
But wait a fucking minute. They also unzipped into shorts.
Oh, I had some of those.
Just in case. Just in case.
I remember getting those and then like, oh yeah, like I'm going to go skate with my friends, you know? And like, I remember planning it. Oh, when it gets hot, I'm going to take them off in front of them. So it looks cool.
You're like, now's your time, my guy. And then those shoes of choice was I had some black and gray Circas.
Oh, sick.
That I got for free from church, from Sunday school. So that's where my coolness ended.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, dude. And you couldn't tell me shit when I was wearing that.
I had a waiver in school. I was that kid. Maybe we talked about this before.
We have talked about it, and I think that's so fucking ridiculous.
Why?
Your mom just let you do anything.
I was
and
a
now look
pretty
at you.
dope kid. I was a good kid. I was dope. I was fucking hot.
That's disgusting. You also told us you called your mom a bitch. And dude, if you're...
You got past that, dude. That reminds me, my mom just sent me some... She's going through the house today.
She called you a bitch.
Yeah, she's like, hey, I still haven't gotten over that. She found some photos of me. This is when I broke my arm.
Oh, that's been on the show.
Has it?
Mhm.
Okay, that one. I guess that's. Oh, here's one of me and my sisters when I was like a little itty bitty kitty.
Wow, they're so much older than you.
They are.
You're a little flaquito.
I thought she sent one of my skater era, but I guess not.
I know your frosted tips in that last one.
There was this dope picture of me playing, I think in that outfit that I was talking about, playing guitar in my garage with my friends, dude. And I remember getting dressed just to have a little rehearsal.
Deciding what you were going to wear.
And I knew my sister's friend was there with her camera, so I was like, I gotta do this.
You're like, oh my gosh, these girls are going to be falling all over themselves.
I would put it on all the time whenever they were there.
You're like, these bitches are going to be so wet or whatever happens.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why a guy would want a girl to.
I guess I get sweaty or something.
I don't know, but these peanuts are so good. I'm going to start my period in 3 days, so I can't stop eating.
Oh, I know.
I'm making room for the baby.
The baby.
That's what your body thinks, is that you're going to get pregnant.
And what does birth control do? I thought that makes your body think it's pregnant. That's what keeps you from menstruating.
Yeah, I think that it makes your body think that. But no, I think it depends on I think if it's a progesterone or something, that's what happens. It depends on the hormone that's in your birth control. I don't fucking know. I just have a vagina. I didn't make it. I don't know how it works. But what were we talking about? That my body thinks
you
that.
eating all these nuts?
Yeah, but oh no, your body's getting ready to have a baby every single month. So every month it's like, oh, I gotta get this house ready.
So does that mean?
That's what your blood is it's the lining of your uterus.
So does that mean the great creator of all is expecting all these girls to have a monthly baby?
No.
Why every month?
The gestational period is 9 months. How could someone have a baby every month?
Talk to God, not me, dude.
It's giving you an opportunity to get pregnant every month. Like peanuts.
I don't know, dude. That sounds made up. I don't buy it.
How many holes do girls have down there?
Down there?
Yeah.
They have 3.
And they are?
Anus, urethra, and vaginal cavity.
What, Jake, why you look so confused?
That's how he handles them. He does the old bowling ball trick. You're a pervert,
Bowling ball trick.
Dude, this is a family show.
That's good, because most guys think too.
Yeah, I've educated myself.
Now,
I've been on the field.
play ball. How many vaginas have you seen?
In person or on screen?
Oh, God. Infinity vaginas.
That's a big number, I tell you.
But it ends in a 6 and a 9. 1,069.
So I played a show this weekend. I guess I cut myself off.
No, I did that. Just kidding.
It was like a fucking time warp because we played Orange County we were main support for the band Safe Ferris. You remember them?
I just saw them
You saw? Where did you see them?
at the Wiltern.
So it was cool to play with them. They were super nice. But it was like a flashback, dude. All those songs. I remember when that CD came out. It was like the biggest thing. I had a.
You remember when the CD came out?
Fuck yeah. While my oldest sister Randy, she worked at the mall at the time,
Sick.
I believe. Every week when she would get paid, she would buy a new few CDs from the music store that was there at the mall.
Oh, she's like for real into music, and
That's actually how I got
why you're
into
a
a
punker?
lot of the music that I'm into. Yeah. When that came out, I loved that album.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do remember what the albums look like.
I saw them at a Santa Anita racetrack. Did you ever go to those shows?
No.
Yeah, it was K-Rock's microbrew fest or something that they would have in the summer.
Wow.
But it was in the infield where they had
Horses don't have an infield?
Yes, they do.
Is it just the middle of the track?
The middle of the track. They had a stage that they would build in the summertime, and they would have all kinds of bands play, dude. It was amazing. I had the hugest crush on the singer at the time. I thought she was like the hottest woman ever.
Hey, Ferris, come on the show.
Hey, Ferris.
Oh, I think I have to show you something that came up on my social media feed. On one of our past episodes, we were talking about whether or not you would go under for a tattoo. Because remember that guy, Mr. Godoy,
Mr. Godoy.
Godoy died. Rest in peace to that man. Check this shit out. So I happened to be scrolling on Instagram as one does, and I came across the most horrendous thing I have ever seen. So it was this guy, he's put under for a tattoo. And we're going to see what that fucking process looks like. And let me tell you,
Oh.
trigger warning, dude. I can't believe people are doing this for a tattoo. You ready? He's getting his throat and his entire abdomen. Look at him. He's like out.
See, this is going above because all of the other ones that I've seen are just like their back.
He got his whole abdomen and his throat. Now, that is a sick ass tattoo.
I mean,
Just when it shows him asleep, like, did you see it's 2 different tattoo artists?
yeah. It's up to like 4 artists at times.
Dude, that's crazy to me. If one of your clients asked you to do that, would you? Would you do it for them?
Well, like if they could afford to put them out.
Mhm.
I mean, that's on them. Yeah, I guess. Or would you tattoo somebody if they were put under?
I mean, that is a lot of money, and that's a big ass session, but probably not. I would at least want to know that they went through the proper channels of getting approved for general anesthesia for surgery, because before you
Yeah.
get a surgery, they like run your blood, they check your heart, they do all that crap. So
You could only hope that that's what these fucking idiots are doing.
I don't think I would do it for someone.
I mean, as far as willing to,
Nah, you're a piece of shit. You already said yeah.
no, willing to, I am. So, yeah, maybe call me a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit.
Don't call me a piece of shit, dude. Willing, yeah, but there's no fucking way I'm gonna keep my focus for that long, dude.
Dude, there's no way. And then, okay, and then think about how uncomfortable it is to tattoo in a setting that's not your shop.
Yeah.
Like, even when you go to another tattoo shop, it's just everything's in a different place. Like, there's no way. And then look at the tattoo artists are standing.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, like, dude.
Because the person has to be lying down, too. Like, it's not like you could sit them up and put their arm on an armrest if you needed to or whatever.
I typically don't like to tattoo anything bigger than a hand anyway, so.
So they'd be going under
Yeah.
for a banger. Yeah, that's so crazy to me.
It's like a dead body.
I wonder what country this is in. So let's read the caption. It says, would you go under anesthesia to get tatted? It is possible to die from anesthesia, although it is rare. It is a rare occurrence. Yes! Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is not in the U.S. This is the way it's written. Heart disease, lung disease, kidney disease, liver disease, and advanced age. Factors that can increase the risk of death during anesthesia include prolonged surgery, heavy blood loss, Well, I mean, you're not going to lose a lot of blood, so that's good. It's important to note that the vast majority of anesthesia procedures are performed safely without complications. However, it is essential to be aware of the potential risks and blah, 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 blah.
Have you ever been put under?
One time it was for my tonsils and my adenoids got removed. So I don't have thems. And then, so that was one surgery. They did it both at the same time. And then for my top wisdom teeth, I think they put me to sleep.
Oof.
You never got your wisdom teeth removed?
Uh-uh.
They're still in your mouth?
That's why I'm so wise.
Why didn't they take them out?
They didn't affect anything. Like, it didn't fuck up, like, the alignment of my teeth.
You got a big ass mouth.
Got a big-ass mouth. I'm like Freddie Mercury, I think. I just can't see.
Why does he have a big mouth?
Yeah, he has an extra set of sizers. That's why it would push his front teeth forward.
Is that a well-known fact?
Yeah, and they even mention it in the movie.
Oh, that's why
why
his
his
teeth are
range.
fucked up?
Yeah, his range and his airflow. That's why it was so wide and he was so good.
Oh, man, I was about to make fun of you because I was going to be like, what does that mean? But that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you knew things I didn't know. Wait.
I've been put over one time. It was for a knee
Put
surgery.
over?
I've been bent over one time.
For a knee surgery?
Knee surgery.
What'd you do to your knee?
Jet ski accident. Rolled it
in your
Yeah.
action movie.
in my action movie.
Wait, for real, what happened?
Jet ski accident. When you cross, like the path
The
of
wake?
something. Yeah. Fucking hit it hard and then
Someone
rolled
else's wake or your own?
Somebody else's. And then I fucking rolled off and my knee slammed in the side of it.
Ugh,
So, and I was on a camping trip with
So it
my
was
friend's
just
family.
like things aligned perfectly, right? Because I imagine
Yeah.
most people just tumble into the water.
I tore a bunch of like ligaments or something, so they had to go in and laser them and fix them. And
Do you still have knee problems?
yeah, that is why my cat. Oh,
That is why I can't work.
No, maybe we could show a picture of this because it's pretty fucking embarrassing. Both of my calves are different sizes.
You have said that, but I don't
It's
stand up. Can he stand up or no?
I can, but I won't be in the frame, right?
But don't you want to see these warlocks?
We'll get a close-up after.
Yeah, we'll get a close up after, but
But Jake, how am I supposed to make fun of him if I don't know the true sizes? I gotta see these. Be careful of your drink.
Oh, damn.
So you don't wear shorts because of this?
I wear shorts. I don't give a shit anymore.
You should rethink that, because right now it looks like you only have one leg. It hides perfectly. Okay. It's not that bad.
It's gotten better over the years.
Oh, because it's built back up muscle or like healed more or something?
And I don't like to do things, so I never did fucking physical therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you regret it?
Yeah. I regret working with people like you that are going to make fun of me for it.
Well, I wouldn't have made fun of you if you did the physical therapy. Your
So
calves would
it's-
be the same size.
It is my fault.
Did I do that?
It's
When your doctor checked to see how his surgery healed.
when I don't bring it up to people, nobody ever notices it.
When you said you had two different sized calves, I thought you meant cows.
Two different baby cows.
Yeah, I was like, what were they doing on a jet ski?
There was only one time where a stranger asked me about it.
What the fuck? Who was this stranger? Oh, it was a stranger. You don't know.
It was a doctor from Poland or something like that. I was on a cruise thing in Thailand, like an island tour thing. And,
You talked about this, the one that you couldn't kayak.
that one. Everybody was in the water, and then we had to get back on the boat, so we had to climb the ladder, and the doctor was behind me, and then he was like later on, and he was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" He was like,
What the fuck is that?
He was like, "You had knee surgery, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay." He was like, "I could tell because of your calves." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Can you please keep it down?"
And then you went and you put your sweats on over your wet bathing suit.
my jeans.
So how old were you when this happened?
I think it was like 17.
Were you so embarrassed before that?
What?
I mean, before this newfound confidence, calf confidence, calf acceptance, were you so embarrassed when they were different sizes?
Kind of, but I honestly never wore shorts.
Would
It
you
wasn't.
have?
It wasn't because of that.
Do you think that you would have like lived your best Daisy Duke life had you?
Why would I wear Daisy Dukes?
I don't know, dude. Who knows how confident you would have been in your legs?
I guess nobody could know.
Dude, I mean, maybe you could have been a go-go dancer.
Maybe. All right, next topic.
Continuing with the things I've seen on my feed this week, I guess it's a new method of stenciling. Have you seen it?
With the clear film on top.
Yeah, what do you think? I know nothing about this. Would you prefer, because weirdly, for most artists, it feels like working in the 70s, which
What is that supposed to mean?
I guess acetate, I don't know. It's time to upgrade. So this is a video of they're making the stencil out of something that kind of looks, I mean, the stencil looks clean when it comes out of the machine, but it looks like it's a second skin or a Sanaderm that can be reapplied if you mess up, and it like clings to the skin, and then you just tattoo right through it, right?
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. I don't remember the situation, but I remember thinking, man, it would be so cool if you could just fucking put a piece of film over an already stenciled area of the skin so it just for sure doesn't. Because there's some people where they're like, I don't know, extra oily or something.
Uh-huh.
And even if you apply it like the best way possible, it'll still rub off.
Oh, or like, what about like those people that it's the opposite. They're extra dry, and then the stencil like feathers.
Bleeds.
As soon like their skin is so deprived of moisture. As soon as you put your stencil stuff and the stencil on, it goes. Whoop.
Yeah.
That I think is something that people should know, because I've had people say a lot. Oh, I shaved and I didn't put lotion, so you can because I knew I was coming in today.
Yeah.
Which I could see why they would think like, oh, maybe scented lotion wouldn't be good. but we use alcohol anyways, so I think you're doing yourself or you're doing the artist a disservice when you
Yeah.
don't put lotion. So put lotion, you ashies.
Yeah, I think that there are some situations where that could be beneficial to an artist.
What?
Using this stuff.
I want to know what it's made out of, because, like, what is if it's made out of, like, I don't know, what about microplastics? Are they just getting pounded into the skin?
Probably.
Or is this made of something that's, like...
I would imagine, because it's so easy to get fucking microplastic.
Introducing the new procedure of transferring your concept to the skin. The standstill transfer concept is invented to offer new options and positioning and transferring complex designs to the body. The procedure is innovative, more precise, and that's not what I want to know. I want to know what it's made out of. It is organic and biodegradable, eco-friendly, sustainable, vegan, and medically certified hypoallergenic.
Which would imply that it's not plastic, right?
But it also is not very convincing that it doesn't have the ingredients. I don't know.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to send us a roll.
I would be interested in trying it out for sure.
It looks exactly like the stencil stuff.
Like the aftercare?
Second skin, yeah. And then what kind of ink are they printing with? Because that can't be good either.
But we use fucking like regular.
Shut up!
We use like regular pens sometimes for like freehand stuff. Like, and even the stencil paper.
I think maybe this only works for realism, because I haven't seen not one crisp outline.
I guess it would be more marketable to a realistic artist.
Okay, so this is traditional-ish. It's definitely solid lines. But I just can't imagine. I don't know that doesn't look convincing. Like, see, they're not showing us once it's removed. Oh, here we go. It is made from a high-quality synthetic material, polymeric alcohol. This material is originally designed for medical and surgery applications and is completely safe for tattooing.
I'm looking up polymeric alcohol because poly indicates that it is a plastic.
Or that it's sleeping with more than one person.
Yeah. It's a water-soluble synthetic polymer that is used in many applications.
I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that it, like, gets rid of it.
Right. And that it's not, you don't still have those microplastics, right? But also, we live in America and we all drink out of plastic bottles, so
Yeah.
who are we to judge? I have one last thing to show.
Okay.
All right. Whatever.
Is it in regards to this?
Kind of.
Okay. What I was going to show is in regards to this.
Okay, let's get to yours.
It's a girl who I haven't met in person, but she works for one of the larger tattoo convention companies.
It is your friendly neighborhood tattooed auntie here with a PSA for all of my heavily tattooed female friends. I went for my first mammogram. So my mammogram results came back abnormal. I did notice on the report that it said patient does not have any tattoos. They called me in for a second test. And when they saw me, they were very surprised because I am, in fact, very heavily tattooed. And it turns out that our lymph nodes hold quite a bit of tattoo pigment in them. And what they thought was an abnormality, they thought my lymph nodes had calcified. But after seeing me and doing a second set of images, they realized that it is just tattoo pigment in my lymph nodes. I just wanted to give all of my girlies out there a heads up that if you have a mammogram, there is a good chance that it could come back abnormal if you are heavily tattooed, because our lymph nodes hold quite a bit of tattoo pigment.
So I, too, have had an abnormal mammogram. But I have a lump in my boob. And, they did say my lymph nodes were fine. I don't remember them saying anything about tattoos, but that's crazy.
It's fucking crazy. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, so the ink, and I probably do have ink in it, especially since I've had laser, so it's like broken up and now moving through your body. Uh-oh. What are we gonna do?
Maybe it has something to do with like when your body is vulnerable, like dealing with something. She was saying that she went through a pregnancy I don't know. I mean, this is me just fucking spitballing because I don't.
But what
I
is
know.
it about? What do lymph nodes do? Because when my mom had cancer, they're all like, did your dad like they
Yeah.
like there's a lot of lymph node talk.
A
I'm,
lot
like,
of lymph
so
node talk. Yeah.
uneducated, but yeah, like I remember when they did the surgery, like them reporting back how her lymph nodes were. So I imagine, are they just like little lymphatic drainage? So they're little
Exactly.
filters.
It's something that needs. Yeah, they're definitely filters of some sort. So maybe it is common that it happens, but the lymph nodes are just doing its job, getting rid of these things. But in this particular case, maybe it's just harboring there.
Well,
for some
there's this
reason.
video that I can put the link in. It's too long to watch, but it's this lady that's I forget what kind of scientist she is. I believe she's some kind of scientist, but she talks about I don't even know what the verbiage is, like the physiologic. I'm gonna stop right there. But she talks about how tattoos remain in the system, because how could something go in wet, right? An ink that would like smear anywhere else, but it's stuck in our skin. And that's because the ink dries out completely and it's a dust.
Because it's a
And
mineral.
it's a dust and it all fuses together. I don't know. So maybe what happens, taking a wild guess here, is your body filters out all that, the water that's in the ink, and then that moves through your system. And of course, there's probably little particles, and then it just like gets those particles that are stuck in your lymph nodes.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we have a watcher or viewer that's a medical professional that can school us on this
That
shit,
knows
because
anything about
we're-
this.
we don't know what we're talking about, but these are good theories.
I think we're right. Let's just say we're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Never mind. We don't need to hear from you.
Yeah, please don't message us. No, I'm going to definitely put the full link, and then maybe we'll ask this person if we can use their.
Yeah, I'll reach
video.
out to her.
Yeah, that is so interesting, though, that I don't know, especially and that's not your only lymph nodes.
They're all over the
So,
place.
yeah, because I know you have them in your groin
Groin.
area.
Yeah, all over your body.
Yeah. Where else?
I
Head, shoulders,
definitely.
knees, and toes.
Yeah, I think we're. Yeah, that's good. I think that's how that song was written.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about lymph nodes.
Lymph nodes and nodes and nodes, nodes and nodes. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to show you. We've already talked about everybody jumping on the tattoo bandwagon
Yeah.
and how easy learning to tattoo has become now with these damn rotaries and all of the modern day technology, like
advancements.
like nobody's using tracing paper anymore. We all use the iPad, so people are starting on the iPad, starting with the rotary, buying practice skin and all that shit from Amazon. Well, I saw these needles. So this is like a little guard that clips onto your needle, and then it holds your needle like the perfect distance. Watch.
So you're riding the tube without riding the tube.
Yeah, it's like riding the tube, so you literally have to put no control into.
So training wheels for babies.
It's literally training wheels, right? That is perfect. It's training wheels.
It's training wheels. It's bumper bowl.
And if you use bumpers, you are a baby. See, it clips right over your cartridge.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay, so let's read some of the comments. Oh, we should have been reading comments on these other videos. If you need that, then you need to stop right now. I agree.
I agree.
Training wheels, 100% agree. Oh, that must be somebody from...
Another country.
Yeah, they call training wheels bicycle stabilizers. English people are just always doing the most with their fucking words. Tell me you can't tattoo without telling me you can't tattoo.
Yeah, how do you explain that to your coworkers if you're just like,
I wish
you know
I
what? What?
This says, I wish I was rich so I could buy this company and close it. Yeah, how do you explain it? You're all like trying to slip it on when no
Dude,
one's
yeah.
looking. It's like when you're young and you're embarrassed of having asthma, so you hit your inhaler like to the side or like training wheels. Or just learn to tattoo properly. How about that? I agree.
And it's also demonstrated on fake skin. I mean, I don't care how well they make these fake skins. It's still not skin.
It's still not skin.
It's all flat. Like, what
And-
about like a corner that you're taking? Like
Well, look at this needle.
the density. Whoa.
Okay, now we're on to something. All stipple as fuck with that thing. But also, you can do that with, you can do that with like a tight 3. But I guess this is just the express way of doing it. How do you feel about that?
It looks dangerous to me, kind of. I don't know. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to tattooing, which is why I prefer to use curve mags. I don't know.
Why does that make you lazy?
Because with straight, you need to have like the perfect posture so you don't fuck up the skin if you're like at a tilt. Like one corner could go in deeper than the rest.
Yeah, I don't consider that lazy. I just consider it a preference of tools. What other things does this company have? They're tattooing a hot dog? Oh, that's with those stupid training wheels. Training wheels is too much, you guys. Sometimes you just gotta learn your fucking craft. Do we sound like grumpy old people? No, huh?
No.
I refuse to accept that. Because what can you compare this to?
I think the only benefit out of this is for like beginners not fucking people up.
Nah, fuck people up.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you bring your friends and your family
It's
in
true.
for. I mean, it would be beneficial for the person getting it, but not for the beginner because they have to learn that they can't lean all their weight onto the machine or you're
Yeah.
going to blow out. Once that person takes that tip off, blow out city because you can't have your needle out like that and ride the tip.
Did you ever ride the tube
Mm-mm.
learning? Nah.
No, it makes too much of a mess. That's like a mess and a great way to lose your stencil.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have some listener questions.
Cool.
This question we are not answering because it's from our friend Hedda.
Sorry, Hedda. We're not getting to that one.
Yeah, we're not even going to read it and have people start guessing. Pineapple on your pizza, yay or nay?
If it is there and I have a selection,
If there's pineapple on the field, play ball.
yeah. I will never order pineapple on my pizza.
Really?
I will never order it.
Do you
but
like pineapple?
I love pineapple.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, if it's there and it's like I'm just having like a slice of this one, slice of that one, sure, I'll have pineapple
like
on
if
it.
you're at a pizza party?
Yeah.
This is the foundation in which my relationship has been built on, is we both have the exact same pizza order, and it is very specific. Pineapple and pepperoni.
Every time?
Every time. And, oh, no, because there's times where we spice it up and we get pineapple, pepperoni, and jalapeno.
That's a good combination.
But I would rather have the jalapeno on the side because I don't really like what happens to them when they go through the oven. But
because they get all dehydrated.
yeah, and I would rather them be pickled jalapenos than fresh ones that have gone through the oven also.
That kind of bums me out when you order something with jalapenos and it's fresh and not pickled.
Yeah.
That's
why
where
I
the
don't
flavor
that's
is.
why I don't get down with the spicy margs or spicy drinks like cuz fresh chilies have like that grassy or earthy taste to them.
Yeah.
But anyways, pineapple on pizza is a yay for me, Chris the cat guy.
Hey, what up, Chris?
You know this person?
Yeah, I know Chris.
Well,
Yeah, I tattooed at his wedding in Mexico.
oh, well, so you say no. I want to know, or you say no to the pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, I'm not going to order it.
Now, pineapple with Canadian bacon, you could get the fuck out of here. And
Because
Canada,
that's the common, yeah.
Canada, you can take that bullshit on back. You know what? I think they should build a wall
Jesus.
against Canada so they can't send none of their shitty bacon here. We'll have doors on the wall and you guys are more than welcome to come. But don't you bring that fucking bacon.
It's ham, really.
Yeah.
Do you like ham?
Oh, I do prefer the ham Lunchables as opposed to the turkey.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your favorite Lunchable?
Well, I think it was more of a childhood, I feel cool thing. The pizza one.
Pizza. I love you don't like it now?
Love it.
Love it.
But I feel like it was built on that because it was like, fuck, you were always jealous of that kid that got the pizza Lunchable. And you were stuck with your bullshit ass crackers and cheese, which are still good. But the kid was so cool if he had pizza Lunchables.
One of my cousins, she's from Mexico. Well, it's my cousin's wife, but she was out here and we were at the beach and I had bought them and she had never seen them or never tried them, So I was like, I made her a little pizza and I let her, I had just stayed at their house, whatever. And she like cooked all weekend or all week, you know. And so I'm like, dude, these are so good. You got to try. And she took a bite and she's like, is this what you think of my cooking? And I was like, what? And she's like, if you think this is good, she's like, my food must be like shit to you. I was like, they're so good. I think maybe you just had to grow up with them because it probably is shitty to have now.
One time when I was a kid, I got them, and my oldest sister Randy would always try to. She loved to cook and bake and stuff, so she would always like spice up certain things, add ingredients and stuff.
What'd she do?
One time she warmed up my Lunchables,
Yeah.
and I hated it.
Really?
I was just like, it's good. Like I never told her I didn't like it.
It. Well, I've even put the little cracker part. I mean, I would rather just have it cold, but I've even put that in the toaster for a little bit and then put everything on it. I wish we had Lunchables right now.
During Super Bowl, I ate one with my nephew. I got us pizza ones.
Had he ever had a Lunchable?
He had, and I don't. He just was having a bad day because I was like, "Hey, do you like pizza Lunchables?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "I know you like them. I've seen you eat them."
Fucking asshole. Kids are such jerks. Okay, what is the most disgusting thing you've seen someone doing?
Vaping.
Did you say vaping?
Well, there was that time I saw that lady get killed, but that's probably we've already told that story.
That's a sad thing, but it's a disgusting thing
I mean,
somebody
that's
doing like a physical
disgusting.
act.
Oh, there's this bar in LA, here in LA, that it's called Akbar, and I went there twice in 2 weeks. I went like, I don't know, I think it was like Wednesday or something. They have like that Rocksteady lounge or whatever. Anyways, I went twice in 2 weeks. Both times I saw the same unhoused person jacking off in their sleeping bag, lying on their back in the same spot. I guess it was just his Wednesday activity. He's like, you guys dance to Rocksteady, I jack off. Why are we judging
I
each
jack
other?
steady. The LAX tunnel before you get to the terminals. I saw a unhoused, who I thought was an older male from a distance because it was bumper to bumper traffic, doing some weird stuff on the side, that little tiny curve, that little sliver where the door is. And as I get closer, it was an older lady. She was probably like 60 years old, short hair, and she was laying on her side and spreading her ass and lips to the traffic that was just waiting.
Her lips?
Yeah, her ass lips.
Oh my gosh, wait, but we didn't finish unpacking.
I'm about to.
We didn't finish unpacking this guy jacking off in his sleeping bag. Rewind. Yeah, the act of jacking off is gross, but the climax, how crunchy was the inside of that sleeping bag?
That was 2 random days, and he did it both.
And you know he ain't
It's 2
got
for
a
2.
washer. And like, but why would you jack off in your sleeping bag? How are you cleaning up after yourself? And like, can that sleeping bag just stand up now? Like you could just stand it up like a traffic cone? I mean, at least unzip it and splooge to the side. Am I right? Another thing I saw, which this wasn't, I mean, it was disgusting to see another person doing this, but it was actually very thoughtful. It was also another unhoused person when I lived in Koreatown. I was walking to the liquor store, and they were on the corner of my street, and they were taking a shit on a newspaper. And then when they finished taking the shit, which I have a funny story about me telling this story, when they finished taking a shit, they gathered up the newspaper and threw it in the dumpster that they were shitting next to.
What the fuck?
And I was like, that's so nice of them, right? And so I'm telling one of my homegirls this, and she goes, Sanae, you stayed and watched her take the entire shit? And I was like, oh. I was like, what's she gonna do with that darn thing? And I was like, no, I saw her taking the shit. I walked to the liquor store, and when I came back, she was kindly cleaning up after herself. So I didn't watch the entirety of the shit.
Another gross thing I saw, well, I guess I saw the tail end of it, but I was in Vegas, and I had to go to my friend's tattoo shop, so Lisa, my girlfriend, decided to stay at the casino. Loves her some slot machines.
You don't say.
Yeah. And I guess there was this older man at one of the slot machines
Oh, God.
clipping his toenails.
Shut the fuck up.
Clipping his toenails.
That kind of stuff I can't deal with. There was a time when I had a side job under the table. Like, well, it wasn't even a job. I went in like twice and they just paid me cash to work at this trucking company.
What?
And I was just
Really?
doing data entry. Yeah, I was like, one of my mom's friends worked there and they were falling behind and they were like, we'll pay her like, you know, under the table to do this, whatever. So I was just putting in like truck numbers or log numbers, whatever. And every time I would go there, the person whose office I was in would floss at his desk after lunch.
That is the grossest thing, dude.
It is so fucking gross, dude. Because we all know what floss smells like. And then, like, you're, like, wrapping it around your fingers and then you just throw it away and get to work. Like, absolutely not, dude.
Yeah. I've walked in on a coworker flossing their teeth, and it's so gross.
Walked in on them? In the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least that's the appropriate place to do it in.
Yeah.
But, like, do that shit at home. So gross.
Or in your car.
Yeah, that's so gross. No, not even in your car because you have to wash your hands after. And you should probably brush your teeth after because now you just have a bunch of free tartar roaming around there. Okay, last listener question. Oh, I should probably not. Oh my gosh. I just read Head has other questions.
He has another one?
Yeah. Fucking maniaco, dude. So this is our tattoo aftercare segment. If you guys have any questions or need advice on anything, tattoo related or not, please DM us and we will be happy to answer it on the show. Okay, so this person is asking, and I think we might be mean.
Okay. Wait.
But I think we might have to be.
Okay.
Is it hard to find someone willing to teach an apprenticeship with absolutely no experience in drawing or tattoos? I don't know if is it hard to teach the person how to tattoo or if it's hard for them to find one? Now,
I feel like it's easy to find one if you're asking somebody that doesn't really know how to tattoo because they're going to be open to that. But
they're going to be open to use your ass for free labor.
Exactly, but I think it's a fucking terrible idea.
Okay, go ahead and elaborate on that. Why do you think it's a bad idea? And then I'll tell you how I understood the question.
Because this person isn't even doesn't have the years under their belt to fucking do a lot of learning from making mistakes themselves. So they could potentially be teaching you the bad habits that they've picked up over the years. But I feel like it's so common to find these days that some apprentices are learning from people that should still be apprenticing themselves.
Yeah, for real. So what I think they're asking, it's kind of hard, right? I don't really understand. I think they're asking if they themselves have no experience in tattooing or drawing, is it easy to find, can they find an apprenticeship or can they learn to tattoo?
Oh, I guess I misunderstood the
No,
question.
you put a different spin on it and now I'm wondering if it's what you
Yeah.
think. So for this one, I think you have literally, and this is no diss to you, like this is with all due respect, people that do not draw have no business being tattoo artists.
I agree.
Like it's like because you're doing it literally for clout, you're doing it for money. If you loved the art, you would be doing art. You would be doing art in other ways, and you would be doing art in ways that
You would have a lot of tattoos.
right. You would have your own drawing style because you just can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, and then you would be like, what else can I do? Oh, tattoo.
Yep.
I think that you would be going in, or this person, or whoever you're asking for would be going into it already with fucked up values.
Yeah.
I think it's just a trend and it's going to die out. Now, I do think people can learn to draw, though.
They can.
And I think that's step one.
It's
if
like
you
the
wanted.
prerequisite.
Yeah, like you can take some community art classes because even if you don't have it in you to come up with your own designs, like you just can't think of, like, for instance, like traditional designs, whatever. There are realism artists and their strength is replicating. Now, most of these guys can draw as fuck on their own,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what those still life drawing classes are for, is to build your chops in doing that.
Yeah, that's its own world because there's like light sources involved. But when it
Right.
comes to like traditional, it's like it's a style in
Mhm.
itself.
So you can take an animation class, you can do things like that, and I think if you want to learn to tattoo, go for it, do that, and then nobody would be knocking you. But if you're gonna come around and be like, I can't draw, can you teach me how to tattoo something? It's gonna be like, okay, what are we supposed to teach you on? Because you can't draw your own design.
Yeah.
Now, the way James interpreted it was, is it easy to find a apprenticeship from somebody who sucks at tattoos and sucks at drawing? I think those people are probably the easiest to find an apprentice.
The easiest,
yeah.
because you see some of these shops too that are, they're not putting out good work, and they have like 9 apprentices.
But that's also can leave you open to manipulation, because a lot of them just bring people in so they can have the free labor, and they really either don't have any intention in teaching you, or they're gonna fast track the teaching you and then send you on your way with no job opportunity.
Yep. And why would you want to learn from somebody that isn't experienced enough?
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm
Like
wondering.
shoot high, like
Yeah.
your favorite artist around or something like that.
And go from there. That's why I'm wondering, but maybe that is the question. I don't know. Like maybe they've been looking and they're afraid they're gonna end up with someone like that. I don't know. Also, finding an apprenticeship in itself, I don't think is easy anymore. Well, I guess it never was.
No, maybe it's easier now, because I feel like there's a lot more apprentices than they used to be.
But I feel like everybody. You think so?
I think so.
I feel
Because you
like
hear all these stories from like these old school people, like you would bug them for years until finally it's like,
Knocked, yeah.
okay.
Gosh, I guess at conventions we do run into a lot of apprentices, but maybe I just think that there's not a lot because we don't have any and our friends don't really have any. But I mean, you can find them, but I think a lot of artists too, especially a lot of good artists, are so fucking caught up in trying to book themselves and deal with their social media that they might not be taking as many apprentices as there was before. If you are looking for an apprenticeship, hopefully you can learn to draw, do that, and then I would say go to a shop that has a lot of artists and has at least a couple that you really look up to. Don't go to ones that can't tattoo themselves, because
you had a skill for drawing and stuff before wanting to be. How did you learn how to draw?
I don't know. I think I just always have I've always liked being crafty. I always I liked beads, I liked clay, I liked this, I like I've always had random fucking crafty hobbies.
Yeah.
Drawing one of them, and admittedly off and on. Like I was so into drawing when I was around 6, 7, 8. I don't remember drawing much in junior high, but then I remember drawing a lot again in high school. So I think it was just in rotation, and as I got older, I think I started seeing traditional stuff, and I remember one of the first things that I really got into drawing was pinups.
Yeah.
Like little rockabilly pinups and traditional roses.
Yeah.
So, and that was before I had ever thought about tattooing.
I've had a few people hit me up that were friends or people that I know pretty good ask about learning how to draw. And there's one thing that I always tell them, and I will refer them to the books that I kind of picked up on, which I still use these formulas to this day. My dad worked at an elementary school, so he would borrow the books for me from the library, and there was a couple drawing books, and one of them was Draw 50 Famous Faces, and the other one was Draw 50 Famous Cartoons. And it basically shows you the steps of how to
The
compose.
cartoon one sounds familiar.
You probably have seen it. The person who put it together was Lee J. Ames.
Because
but
I remember
it breaks down everything to simple
shapes.
guidelines, shapes, everything.
Because one of the characters I could draw so early on, probably 6 years old, was Tigger. And I remember it being broken down into literally 2 triangles, 2 circles, a circle nose, a bigger circle for the outer, and I don't know where I would have learned that.
It shows you step by step. And so another trick that I learned over the years, especially getting into tattooing, I would kind of reverse engineer that. So I would find artists whose stuff that I really like, and then with tracing paper, break it down like a complete piece, and then just find the shapes that are in that.
So, like, if it was a woman's body, like the 2 triangles, the circles,
Exactly.
oval thigh, oval calf.
Yeah, I've sent that book to a good number of people. It's like, start here, and then it usually.
Well, hold up your hand and we'll show them what the book is.
It usually never goes anywhere, but this book is magic. These books, there's 2 books.
No, there is.
Yeah, and there's actually newer versions of it too that I've found, but those were the catalyst.
All right.
For
Well, guys, we've unfortunately run out the clock. James did have an embarrassing story, but I think we'll have to add that to the next episode.
Okay.
So, you know where to find me at Sanae_Kwai on Instagram. The shop is at Dreamland Art Co. And then the podcast is right behind James up there at Tattoo Budcast, all together, all one word. Tell them where they could find you.
You could find me on Instagram at I am Jimmy Jam. All of my information is in the bio in regards to merchandise and booking.
Oh, me too.
Sanae too.
And tell them where we'll see them.
Oh, are you talking about the convention?
Their next session.
Oh, so we'll see you at your next session. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Okay, Jake. You can throw your camera. Question. Do you want to know what the other one is?